Welcome back to MTFC TV. Joined this time, manager Dave Frecklington. Dave, big FA Trophy tie Saturday. What are your thoughts ahead of that?
Firstly, we've got to assess who's fit and who's not. A few walking wounded again after Tuesday night's fantastic win against Grantham Town. So Yatesy and Dwayne are not training tonight and then looking very doubtful for Saturday. Obviously Luke Insley is feeling some damage as well from obviously impact. So it's just a case of seeing who gets through training tonight. So we might have a few missing to add to the already horrendous list that I've already got.
Have you ever, in your time as a manager, had an injury list quite like the one you've got currently?
No, never have. Obviously, our first session, we inherited probably 6 or 7 injured players, or lads that was carrying knocks, and they don't really seem to have got any better. You know, every game we've probably had 2 or 3 missing for the next game that was coming up. That's why the run we've been on has been massive credit to the players, because we've had to deal with a different injury or somebody missing. We've had a suspension included in that. We've had one missing from holiday. One was at a wedding, which again, you know, we've spoken at length about that. You know, the football club comes first and foremost, and if you can't commit to that, then you know, you're not with the football club. Simple as that. We're trying to do things very professionally. We're trying to be a little bit more professional in our approach, in the way we work outside the football club as well as in it. You know, and that has to be a lot. Depends with the players themselves. So commitment levels, you know, from now on in, have to be bang up there. But yeah, going back to the injury list, it's phenomenal how many people are carrying knocks, playing through knocks, getting patched up and giving the kind of performance they are doing.
To go back to Tuesday and speak very briefly about it, after a big win like that, how do you keep the lads' feet on the ground? Because obviously they're quite elated to run up a big score like that. How do you get their minds focused on the upcoming game Saturday?
Yeah, you've got to keep your feet firmly on the ground. I mean, you know, winning 7 and comfortably 7 as well. You know, those that were here, you know, we missed the penalty. We had 3 or 4 fantastic chances that we should have put to bed. So, you know, every game is going to be totally different. St Neots are a very good footballing team. Watched them in a couple of games. Had a report done on them. Back to winning ways Tuesday night. So it's going to be very, very difficult, and I doubt we'll have it our very own way like we did on Tuesday night. So just they're a genuine group of lads. You know, if we put our stamp on the game and work hard as we have done over the past month, you know, we're very confident in getting a result. But again, away from home, a team from the Southern League brings its difficult, you know, ways of playing. So yeah, we have to be bang on metal to try and get a result.
You spoke the other day about being at previous clubs and having the run in the trophy that you did. Is the trophy an important competition for you? I know it is for the club with the funds it brings in, but is it one you in particular look forward to?
Yeah, it's the only chance we've ever got to really realistically get in somewhere quite far in. You know, when I was at Workshop, we ended up having a really good run in. We got knocked out to Newport County in the end, I think. But you know, we had a very good run in that. Obviously, the FA Cup first round last year. You know, it just brings momentum. It gets a real good feel good around the place. You know, people start coming and having a look who've probably not been to the ground or watched us this year. But more importantly, it brings the financial rewards to it. And you know, when the football club look after us that they do, it's nice to put something back into the club. So it's massively important for us. After
your forays in the market, of course, bringing Luke Insley in, who's done ever so well, are you now happy with your squad? Is it settled, or will you still be looking to add to it if needs must?
Well, this has been the hardest thing. We've not had a full squad to choose from since we've been in the building. Obviously, Sean Harrod was long term. Obviously, Tom Davies long term. Taron Hare's been long term. Marshy's obviously been in and out through injury. Willow's been long term. Trying to think now. And Pat's without the little knocks and bruises that we've had before. So we've not really been able to pick, you know, from a full 20-man squad. Obviously, the young lads have got opportunities, have come into a team, and luckily enough, we've been able to bring them in a winning run or an unbeaten run. It'd have been difficult for them to come in when we was losing, because a lot of players, experienced ones was out the team, that should be bringing these young players in. So once we get everybody fit and raring to go, then obviously we'll have to probably, let one or two go. But they're all putting their hands up at the moment, staking the claim. But we've got 1 or 2 7-day approaches in for the players. It's important you keep looking to progress and improve as you're doing well, and that keeps everybody else on their toes.
I think the camaraderie amongst lads is very good. I mean, I've noticed the difference. There seems to be a good friendship group, but there's also a lot of lads who are thinking, Matt looks a bit, yes, we're mates, but I want to have your place at squad. Is that something you really try and foster in the lads, that competitive nature on and off the pitch?
Yeah, it's important. Healthy competition is the word that we like to use. Nothing's ever personal in football or within this building with us. We just want people to give everything they've got, leave it out there week in, week out. And, if you add the quality to that, then you're going to get results like what we've seen in the last month. Great spirit between the lads, and, they want to take each other's shirts. So it's got a really healthy vibe about the place. Results, victories, unbeaten runs help that even more. And it adds to the atmosphere. But then, you look around the volunteers, obviously yourself, and the people that turn up for training, put the teas and coffees on for us, the ladies behind the bar who are there week in, week out in training sessions, making sure everything's there for us. The kit men, everything, the volunteers, it's a fantastic football club, and, we remind the players that they're the ones that get played for the luxury of playing for this football club. The others, absolutely love the club. So it's important we get that togetherness and feel-good vibe around the place, and by getting results, we managed to do that. To
finish off, we've had an unbeaten October in the league, something which I believe you put out to the players and said, this is our goal, this is our target. Have you looked at the league now and thinking, yes, I think we can start pushing up there, start thinking playoffs, or are you simply game-to-game basis, we'll go up from there?
I'm not going to lie and say I've not looked at the league. We are bang in the middle. We're 7 points off the playoffs, and we're 7 points outside the relegation zone. So that's, is it half empty or half full? It's one that we want to keep progressing and moving in the right direction. But we've got a lot of hard games. There's no easy games in this league, as everybody knows that. So we've got aspirations of trying to finish as high as we possibly can. And if we can continue this run, then who knows? But you can quickly go on a losing run. I've had it both ways, where you do well 2 or 3 months, and then 2 or 3 months you tail off, and it becomes hard work then to pick it up again. So we just got to keep doing the basics right, and the more we improve, the more we learn about each other, get some injured players back in and amongst the squad. Who knows how far that could take us.
Right, thank you very much, Dave Frecklington.
Thank you.